Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 5 days birthday splash. I really want to thank everybody who was with me yesterday. My birthday is on the 16th of this month, and I decided to come online live for 5 days before that day to teach us and to equip us with wisdom, principles, and what it takes to make the most of your life. Yesterday we had an amazing time, and if you're just joining us, you may need to check out that video, because what we are going to be discussing about today is just a continuation of where we stopped yesterday. We talked about vision yesterday, and I got amazing comments from people. I just want to thank every single one of you. So because this is 15 minutes, I have to go straight to the point. All right, there's this quote I got to see somewhere, and I love it so much. It said, "In the land of the blind, a one-eyed man is king." A one-eyed man. Today we are talking about the power of focus. What exactly is focus, and how can it help you make the most of your life? Now you have identified your vision. It is good. You have a vision. Yes. Many people go ahead and say, I have a vision. I want to be this. I want to be that. I have plans to become this and this and this. But if there is one virtue you need to build alongside your vision to help propel you to heights unimaginable, it is the virtue called focus. And that's why I said, in the land of the blind, a one-eyed man is king. Focus, the power of focus cannot be undeniable. Please, once you join us, just give me a thumbs so that I can be sure that you can hear me. Thank you very much. All right. So we live in a world where we are really, really distracted. That's just the truth about it. Everything is demanding our attention. And that's why we have so many people who are dreamers, but they end up not doing anything. They just know that they have plans to do this, and they have plans to do that. Every year comes, every January comes, they set goals, but at the end of the day, nothing. Even this 2021, as we are talking, many of you, January 1st, the first week of the year, you took pen, you took biro, you took paper, you sat down, you wrote there. But before March, before the third month of the year, you lost focus on everything, and today, those dreams are nowhere to be found. You've even started pursuing new ones. All right? So focus is really very important. And I'm going to be sharing with us tonight how to really avoid all those things that is choking our focus. Now, you need to understand that focus is like a muscle. If you use it, if you continually practice it, it will become a part of you. It's just like somebody who goes to the gym. When you're trying to compare two people that go to the gym, one who goes every day and the one who doesn't go every day, and they eat the same food, of course the one who goes to the gym every day will be more fitter than the one who doesn't. So focus is more like a muscle. The more you keep using it, you're not going to be perfect at first. You're not. Even me too. When I was coming up, I wasn't perfect initially. But today, I can tell myself that I want to do this thing, and you find me focusing on it. You find me today alone for almost 3 hours. I was making research on the kind of books to upload on Amazon. I'm currently into Amazon KDP. Many of you know. 3 hours. Can you do it? For 3 hours, undivided attention. That's focus. Can you do it? All right. So today you're going to be learning about it. So we all have 24 hours in a day. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. What makes the difference? As a coach, I have people who take the same course. One goes ahead to make the most of the training, utilizes what he's being taught, and makes a difference for himself. And you have another person struggling. They have the same teacher. They got the same course. But one is doing better than the other. Why? One was able to focus his energy. Thanks for those who are joining us. One was able to focus his energy on it. All right? So if you have been complaining in your life, oh, I'm stuck, oh, nothing is working for me, ask yourself, are you a focused human being? It's not just enough to dabble into so many things at the same time. Many of you want to be everywhere. Even people come to meet me and say, Dominity, I want to be like you. And I ask them, is that what you really want to focus on? Because I need you to be focused. So if you choose that you want to do the things I do, you have to first be sure, and that's what we talked about yesterday, identifying exactly what you want to do so that you can now put in your focus into that thing. All right? So I'm going to be giving an example with a first-class student. Many of us pass through the 4 walls of school. Have you ever seen a first-class student that was distracted? Have you ever seen a first-class student that was not like 100%? Okay, let me not use 100% because there's no system is 100% efficient. All right, but up to 90% wasn't focused on his academics. Have you ever seen a first-class student like that? Maybe somebody who was into politics, somebody who was partying, somebody who was running a business, somebody who was working and schooling at the same time, and at the end of the day, he got out with first class. I doubt. I've never seen somebody, I've never even heard of somebody like that, all right? Most people, you see that they come out with first class. Many of them, according to us, we say they have boring lives, but what they are just executing is the power of what? Focus. Their eyes is on one thing. I read a place in my Bible where Jesus was talking to a particular set of people, and they told him, they said, Master, we want to follow you. We want to be your disciples. We want to do the things that you are doing. And he said, fine, come on. Sure, you have identified the vision, which was what we did yesterday. Okay, right now it's time to, let's go, let's start, let's focus. And one of them said, wait, let me go and bury my father. Let me go and bury my father. And what was the reply Jesus gave? Jesus said, let the dead bury their dead. Hey, you guys need to really take the subject of focus very serious, because so many things look too enticing to you. You want to attend all the whole weddings in this world. Are you sure you're a visionary? Are you sure? You want to do this, you want to be there, you want to be here. Are you really sure you are a visionary? Because visionaries have boring lives. Let me just break the news to you. Yes, they have very, very boring lives. Where I am today in this house, when I came here, some people around me came and was like, you don't even come out. You don't even mingle. You're just a lone ranger. You're just alone. In my mind, I said, yes, I know why I am alone. I have what I'm pursuing. I have to be focused. As I am like this, I don't have any friend around here that will say I want to go and sit down in the person's house and start discussing. Discussing what? Do you understand? So some of you don't really know the table you are on. It has not yet dawned on you. You're just singing national anthem. You have vision. You have vision. Your vision needs focus. All right? So you have to play like a first-class student whose only goal is to come out with first class. And that's why the only places where you find him with is either in the library, doing TDB, reading. So for your own vision, ask yourself, what are the things I'm supposed to be focusing on? All right. Now, another importance of focus is that, see, when you are focused, when you are immersed in something, your mind gives you more ideas on how to pursue that thing better. Many times when we set goals, we don't usually know how to achieve those goals. The first time I set a goal to make 1 million naira, truth be told, I never knew the kind of business that I would do that would give me that 1 million naira. I never had the idea. I just set the goal because that was what I wanted. I was actually reading a book then, Think and Grow Rich, and the author said, Napoleon Hill, he said, what do you want? Write it down on paper and write a date you want to achieve it. And the only logical figure that came to my mind, because that time finances were choking me up. I needed money. All right. So the only logical figure that came to my mind was 1 million naira. I was still a 7 core member by then in Bayelsa State. I had no idea which business I would do. I didn't know whether it was a job that would give me that money. I wrote it down. Eventually, along the line, the business came and I made more than that. All right. So most times when we set goals or when we have visions, we usually do not know the exact method that we can use to achieve those things. But when you focus on that thing, when you are thinking about that thing, ideas begin to come into your mind, because the whole noise and the clutter of society is far away from you, and you are closer to your sixth sense, to your subconscious mind. I always talk about Bishop David Oyedepo. He says he has a thinking room not a reading room or not a library, a thinking room where he goes in to concentrate just on thinking. So maybe he has a problem. He wants to solve a particular problem. He goes into that room and he focuses his time and attention thinking. So that's the same way we too. If you call yourself a visionary, if you have goals you want to achieve, you have to dedicate your time and your efforts focusing on that thing, looking at that thing, look at it in the eye, dissect it until it begins to bring ideas into your head. So quickly, what should we be focusing on? What should we be focusing on? Number one, focus on yourself. Look, you're not in a competition with anybody. Thank you for everybody who is joining us. You're not in a competition with anybody. The only person you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. That is it. You have to focus on yourself. You have to grow. Ask yourself, am I growing? Am I a better person? Am I on the same level I was last year? Am I the same person I was last month? Or am I growing? What's your mentality like? You that used to think like this, have you grown? So if there's something to focus on, it's on yourself. Put yourself on the radar. Put yourself, I'm a microbiologist, put yourself inside the lens and look through. What are those areas of life that you need to work on? What did you do wrong yesterday? Nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes. But what were the mistakes you did yesterday that should not repeat itself today for you to be able to achieve your goals? So, number one, focus on yourself. A lot of you talk about every other person but yourself. You know Funke Akindele, you know Jimmy Jat, you know this one, you know Kim Kardashian, you know all the old sisters of Kim Kardashian in their house. You can mention their name, you can mention their date of birth, you can mention everything about. You don't know anything about yourself. You don't know anything. If they ask you a question now about yourself, you don't know. You'll be scratching your head. So you have to focus on yourself because you are the one that is going to achieve those goals. Nobody's going to achieve it for you. So number one, focus on yourself. Number two, focus on your priorities. A lot of us have misplaced priorities. You want to be the greatest footballer of all times and we don't find you in the pitch more times than we find you any other place. then what kind of visionary are you? You want to be a professional writer. Your priorities, what are they? Do you get? So a lot of us major on minor things. And the things that are supposed to take us where we want to be, we now spend small time on it. As if we are managing the time. For example, let me use the footballing as an example. If you want to be a footballer, instead of you to spend 2 hours on the pitch, you go and spend 2 minutes on the pitch, and then you come with your video game and you are playing video game. Is it on video game you're going to learn how to become a professional footballer? I mean, is that how Ronaldo told you that he became a world-class footballer? All right. So focus on your priorities. Ask yourself, what are the most important things as regards this goal that I set for my life? What are the most important things as regards this vision that I have for my life? Where are the places I'm supposed to be more? Who are the people I'm supposed to hang around more with? Somebody will always say there are 2 minutes friends and there are 2 hours friends. There are some friends you should not be with them more than 2 minutes because they are taken away from you. You don't learn anything from them. Nothing is added to your life. You still remain the same person. In fact, you go backward. But there are people that you spend your time with and then, it adds up. So focus on your priorities. All right? Let me just tell us a quick story. It was told of Isaac Newton. The Isaac Newton, the one that founded the laws of this thing in physics. People know the 3 laws of whatever. A story was told, I think by his wife or who, I don't even know, that she would bring food for Isaac Newton. He will be in his laboratory working. She will bring food for him. He will tell her to keep it there. By the time she goes and bring afternoon food, the morning food she brought is still there. Now that's a man of focus. His eyes are on the go. He's not shaking. And I did not complete the Bible verse I was trying to say the other time. Jesus said, anybody that put his hand into the plow and look back is not fit for the kingdom. Is not fit. I told you to be a focused visionary. It's a boring life, yes. But our eyes are fixed on the results we want. So that guy, his wife will bring food for him. He will not touch it because he was so focused, so immersed in what he was doing. And the last thing he wanted to see was results. Now, that's not to say that he's not eating. Of course, he will be eating. But you can imagine that the wife will come, see the food that she kept in the morning. He didn't even stand up from where he was. But a lot of us claim we want to be great musicians, we want to do this, want to do that, and you cannot even focus on something. So you need to set your priorities right and major on major things. Spend major time on major things and spend minor time on minor things. Now, what are the things that steal our focus? Because if you're trying to solve a problem, you really need to know the root of it so that you can attack it from head on. All right? So what are the things that steal our focus? Number one, emotional problems. Yes, emotional problems can set you back. For example, there was one film there was a movie I was watching, Break It or Make It, and those girls were athletes, they were gymnasts, yes, and their coach always told them that they should stay away from having a relationship, not because he didn't want them to have a relationship, but he knew that if relationship problems start coming up, the guys breaking their hearts, they may not be able to focus on their goals. And it happened. There was a girl that later went to date somebody, and then the day she saw the guy kissing another girl, she lost a game that day. She was supposed to win that game, and it was a final. She lost it. All right, so emotional problems can step in the way to distract us from our focus, and that is why you must try your best. We can't avoid problems in its entirety, but you must try your best not to dwell in your problems. It's enough to cry once, it's enough to complain once, but don't dwell there. All right, move. After you have complained, after you have cried, after you have murmured, move. All right, so solve your problems. Number two, social media. Social media, this one chokes. All right, if you're not making money off of social media, I wonder what you're doing. Most of you are just online, just scroll, watch comedy, do this, do that. The people's comedy who you are watching, they are making money off of you. So the question is, why are you not focusing on your own? They are focusing on their own. Zig Saloma will drop video almost twice in every 2 days. He will drop video. He's focusing. Do you think he has time? He's thinking of the next skit he will shoot to bring to you. So these guys are focusing. What about you? What do you do every day? And then number three, we have family, friends, and work. So to solve this problem, just allocate a specific time that is you time. Me time. I have me time. I have you time. All right. If I know that family is going to come in the way, I need to settle my husband, I need to settle my children. Yes, we cannot deny them of that. We have a role to play in their lives, but at the same time, we have a vision to fulfill. So what we do is you allocate a you time. You know that, okay, this time is my time. No distractions. It's just for me and me alone. All right. So we're past time. And I just want to advise you to focus on something, all right? That thing that is ringing in your heart, that thing that is nudging in your spirit, that thing you want to achieve, that vision you have for yourself, for the world, try to focus on it. Give it your undivided attention, your time, your energy, and your resources, and definitely you're going to see your life move to heights you never imagined. Thank you so much for staying with me today. We'll continue the series tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to be talking about the willpower and the power of hard work in pursuing your vision. If you have any questions, sure, you can drop them in the comment section and I'll be answering them. Yes, the checklist is still available. If you couldn't get it, all the 5 days, the questions you're going to be answering for the 5 days are in the checklist. So I dropped my link to this video. You can click on the link, meet me on WhatsApp, and then I'm going to give you the checklist. Those checklists contain questions that can help you know where you stand and know what to correct exactly. Thank you so much for staying with me, and I love you. Thank you. Bye.